I had it plastered on my wall, I made a vision board, all this sort of typical law of attraction stuff. And I mean, like so many other people, I can only say that it worked, because here I am today and I've been here for over 8 years now. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celia and I'm a Danish model, actress, conscious creator and angelic coach. And today we're gonna talk about one of my law of attraction success stories. How I moved to the country of my dreams for free. So if you're new to my channel, welcome here. My channel is all about how to become a conscious creator, meaning how you can reclaim your power and start writing the story of your own life, just like you're meant to be. This was something I found many years ago, 15 years ago, and at first it was a very interesting idea to me, and now it's something that has completely transformed my life. I've already talked about in another video how I manifested my soulmate within 30 days by using the law of attraction. This is probably the most fastest big manifestation I've done. Today I'm gonna talk about how I manifested moving to my dream country for free. So, as a little background story, actually I created this vision book back in 2012, which is in this very vision book that I created a sheet for my soulmate, whom I manifested very quickly. In the same book I also created several pages for moving to, like, I didn't actually have a specific country in mind, but I knew what I wanted. I wanted sun all year long, I wanted warmth, and I wanted a place where I could live out the fruitarian lifestyle in abundance, with lots of delicious local fruits and vegetables. This was the intention that I had for it. So that's what I put in this vision book. Like all of my other things in the vision book, I was focusing on manifesting this, and I felt amazing when I made it, and that put a really good energy into it. But this manifestation particularly took around 2 years. So it shows that my soulmate took 30 days, this took 2 years. So there's different rates depending on how much you believe, and also depending on how much change that needs to occur in your life, and how ready you are to transform, and how much you need to learn, etc. So I'd love to share in this video my top 5 suggestions, my top 5 tips on how you can manifest a lot faster, because I made a lot of mistakes in regards to this one, and definitely could have been manifested a lot faster. But in the end I ended up in Spain, where I am today, and honestly, like mentioned, I didn't have a specific country. I kind of let it a bit up to the universe, and this happened quite perfectly, because it's really honestly the best place in Europe to live if you want to eat a fruitarian lifestyle. And also the sun is here all year long. Nature is some of the most magnificent that I've ever seen. I've just created such a beautiful life here now that it's really amazing. Funnily enough, like, I made all of this together with my soulmate, and then my soulmate happened to be Spanish, so it was kind of like connected. Everything is beautiful when you think about it. Anyway, I'm gonna explain now the 5 steps. Number 1 step is you need to have a vision, like I did. Maybe you don't know exactly the country you want to go. It's best if you do, actually, but if you don't, like me, you can put a feeling, you can put an intention out there of this is the country, or this is the feeling that you want, these are the things that you want. As sometimes in life we may know the feeling of what we want, but we don't know exactly what we want, and then it's actually fine to leave a bit up to the universe, so the universe can manifest the best for you. But if you do know the exact details, you can also add that as well. For me, I used images, and I used music, and I used emotion to really create this whole energy around it, which was very powerful. Number 2 is preparation. You need to take steps towards this dream becoming a reality. This kind of happens naturally when you remind yourself daily of your goal, because you're programming your subconscious. But sometimes you need to put a little bit more discipline and just ask yourself, what can you do to prepare for this? For instance, one thing I did was that I really cleaned up my life. I decluttered all my possessions, all my material possessions, so I became very minimalistic, basically ready to go anywhere when I needed to. I also became very open to listen to guidance from the universe and what was my next steps. That actually led me to several steps that at that point didn't seem to make any sense, but that led me to creating exactly what I wanted and needed at the time. You can also create a plan if you want to. I tend to be a bit more on the side of just trusting what comes my way, but I also know that plans are essential. And at some point I did actually create a plan, which was that we saw this opportunity. We could ask for a place to live in Spain, and I could ask my job if I could work from online. But the planning was very intuitive, as in it came like ideas to us. It wasn't anything specific like that we sat down and calculated. No, it came as inspired action. And that leads me to point number 3. You obviously need to have faith. Like, we needed to have faith. At the time, I was living with my boyfriend in Denmark, and we lived in a tiny room in Copenhagen, and I was working at an animal rights organization. It didn't seem like really the fertile ground to go to Spain, but because I was a really diligent worker at my office and actually was the best worker that they have had in terms of results, I was like recruiting members. They trusted me so much that they let me work from home. So when I asked them if I could do so, they let me do that. And I started slowly to work from home from my own house at the time, and this led the fertile ground of eventually doing it full-time working. We just listened to our inspiration. At some point we had this offer to move somewhere else, but I was like, no, I want to go to Spain, and I decided I want to go to Spain by March. Actually, that was like part of the plan, that I had decided I want to be in Spain at this time. So I was like, no, it doesn't make sense to move because it's only a few months away. But then when I listened to my intuition, it was clearly telling me to. And we don't always understand the bigger picture, but maybe I needed to be somewhere else in order to be energetically ready to go to this new place. Anyway, we listened to our intuition, and lo and behold, by February we got an offer to live in Spain for free. We got an offer to live in a house for free. This was exactly what we needed because my salary couldn't pay any form of rent. Spain got this offer to live in an entire house with the land and everything for free. It's in fact the same house that we're still living in today. So it's beautiful, it's a beautiful house, and it's given us a wonderful, wonderful home. That is really all about trusting your intuition. You need to learn when you're trying to manifest something, of course, to have plans and be logical, but also to learn to tune inwards and to trust when you get an inspired action, even if it does not make logical sense. That is the only way the universe gives you the answers to your prayers. It's from within you. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching people how to connect with their intuition, because I know personally that I tend to be a logical person, and I've messed up a lot of opportunities because I didn't dare trust my intuition. And I really want to teach people to avoid that, because we can reach such high potentials if we just dare trust something a little higher than us. That is why I wrote How to Communicate with the Angels, which is basically how to connect with your inner divinity through practical steps, and also why I'm doing the coaching that I'm doing. And this is some work that I'm still continuously working on within myself. Step number 4 is discipline, and it's basically the discipline to do what you know is right and what you deep down know you have to do, and also the discipline to trust your intuition. Discipline equals freedom, and this is really, really true. And you need discipline to follow the 3 steps above, like visualizing every day, planning and preparing, trusting your intuition. So you really need to develop your virtue of discipline. There's many ways of doing this every day, like do some sort of workout, take a cold shower, get up early, all this sort of stuff. Anything that teaches you to be more disciplined will help you with these other aspects as well, as long as you keep it within balance, because discipline is a masculine energy and faith is a feminine energy, so you just need to have the 2 more or less balanced. Simply number 5 is to focus on this goal every day. It's kind of like number 1, but really do keep in mind that this is what you want to do, and you can set yourself a time frame like I did. I said March I want to be in Spain, and by February I was in Spain. So you can set yourself this time frame and say, okay, I want to achieve this by this, and then your subconscious, your mind is starting to work towards that if you combine it with all the 4 steps above. I want to announce with you guys that right now I'm actually doing a Conscious Creator Challenge on my Instagram page, Conscious Creator by Celia, to help you guys with this step number 1 and 5, which is to focus on your dream every single day. And the reason I do this is because I know that when we do it together, it's even more powerful. And sometimes it can be easy to like slack on it But if you know that you're doing it with someone else, you're more motivated to do it as well. And what we're doing basically is for the first 5 minutes when we wake up, we write down our main 3 goals in life. And why for the first 5 minutes? Well, that's because when we wake up, the brain is in a theta state, which is kind of hypnotic state where we can very easily program ourselves. And what most people do, they just wake up, they go on autopilot, they grab a cup of coffee, they watch the news, and basically let the television program them. Instead of them saying, okay, now what do I want to achieve with my life? If this is what I want to achieve with my life, then you sit down, you write it down in a present tense, as in, I am so happy and grateful now that blah, blah, blah. And I have this challenge right now for the next 21 days, and I already have several people joining. So please come join. I'll have a link in the description of how you can join, and it will be amazing to have you because, as mentioned, the more we do it together, the more efficient our results will be, the more beautiful it is to connect with people all over the world who want to create their own life. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this because it's been so many years, but now thanks to making this video, I remember like all the steps I had to take to manifest this dream of moving to Spain, which started a whole new chapter of my life. And it really was a combination of the 5 steps I mentioned earlier. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. If you want more of this information, go follow me on Instagram. I share daily law of attraction hacks and also daily readings that help guide you towards the next steps in life. I also offer how to communicate with the angels, where I teach you to connect with your intuition, your more feminine energy, your faith aspect. And also I do offer coaching for those of you who really want to invest into yourselves and your life and take your life next step, because we all have learned to plan and be practical, and when we have that side of life, that's great, it can take us so far, but we then need to connect with the more feminine aspects, which are the intuition, which are the psychic abilities, the faith, all of this sort of stuff. And that's what I teach you through my coaching. And I will create a plan that's custom to you, because we all each have our challenges. And this plan will be customized to what challenges you have right now. Okay guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you all have a truly wonderful day. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Ciao!
Come on.